of 17 from 3 and think you're beating Steph and Jimmy Buckets, a.k.a. Playoff Jimmy, Playoff him, Himmy, whatever you want to call him. You can't shoot that bad and compete in the playoffs versus the Warriors. SGA wasn't even that good. You want to talk about non-competitive series? People want to talk about getting rid of play-in. Maybe we need to get rid of the 8 seed because this 8 seed got their ass.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats typically in your direction if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
We know your other brother Marv did the Knicks forever, but you've done just about every team in the league. You did Ames, you did Dr. J games.
But after 45 years in this crazy business, people kept telling me, you got to write a book. So I did, and here it is.
Pharrell, Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It's in-game live game day on this marvelous Monday evening. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching, analyzing, betting on the world of sports. Ah, yes, little playoff hockey, playoff NBA, baseball. We got Sid Finch Part 2. Google it, folks. Boys at FanDuel fell asleep at the wheel again tonight. A very interesting bet. Unfortunately, it's already underway, and you probably can't bet it now, but we'll get into that as well for tomorrow as action. And the main man in Pittsburgh gets fired. Fortunately, it's not our Dave Sharapan. What's going on, Dave? How are you tonight, bud?
Thank you. You got me worried there. I'm back in Vegas. It was great seeing you and sitting next to you in person in the studio last week. It was a great trip. Got to see everybody, meet Vincenzo. Didn't get to meet Matty George, but, you know, he's there in spirit. That was a lot of fun. Draft is over. We'll recap it a little bit, I guess. We have to, contractually obligated to. We'll ask Kurtz about it maybe. We got Fiddle tonight to talk basketball. We got baseball, of course, every day. Always have baseball. But I'm fired up for the hockey. I'm wearing a Nordiques jersey because I don't have any Avalanche stuff. Yeah. Quebec Nordiques, Joe Sakic. Colorado, Golden State 2-step. So hopefully, you know, you found your way into that with the live, 5 on the line. So that's where I'm at on a Monday. I mean, there's a lot to discuss, but I'm focused on the hockey tonight.
All right, you got one game already underway, Tampa Bay, Florida. Yeah. They've been jerking around this series. It's the weirdest thing. For whatever reason, they were the last one to get underway, right? Everyone else got underway for Saturday or Sunday. I think they didn't start until Tuesday, or it was the day after everyone else. Now they're a game behind, obviously. So game 4, home team is yet to win. I mean, winners bet with streaks, losers bet against streaks. But I do like Florida tonight. I like them in the series. No score, just start the second period. But not really a surprise. I can't say it's, weird, but I'm not surprised that the road team has been so successful in this series.
Me neither. I like Tampa tonight. I like the under. So no goals through the first period is good for the total. I feel like we're just a penalty or a power play, a bad tip or good tip away from, somebody just getting, to a lead. This is going to be one of those games. It's going to be really tough to get a lead. But, You got the trends there, 7-2 to the over the last 9 for Tampa, 12-5 last 17 games versus the Lightning for Florida. So it makes sense that Florida would win, but I don't know. This feels like one of those ones that's, we're going to see it go deep, 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, I think as these series progress, I think you're going to get less and less points with some of these series. Not so with Edmonton. I do this every once in a while, Dave. It's a long weekend, right? I ref Saturday and Sunday. Don't get me started about Sunday's reffing. It was a joke. So, 4-hour shifts are long shifts after I follow up doing the referee. And so it was a long Sunday, right? So it was around, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I got Edmonton, loved Edmonton last night. I loved them in game 3. So they're down 3-1 right after, early third period. And I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I can't stay up. I just, they're going to lose. So let me go to bed hoping that, maybe, just maybe. I do that every once in a while. I won't watch the end of a game in which I'm trailing badly in just so I can get just a little bit of peace going to sleep at night knowing you never know, right? So it was one of those situations. I wake up this morning, I scroll down ever so lightly, and I see LA's got 3 goals. It's not highlighted. I'm like, could it be a mistake? And then I see Edmonton wins in overtime 4-3 as they scored 2 goals in the third to tie it up. So what a crazy series that is, huh? 4 overs.
Been phenomenal.
I love the under in that series.
Yeah.
Love the under. And we got 4 overs. Go figure.
It's been phenomenal. Listen, we'll discuss that more in the next segment. We got to get to this 5 on the line right now. Your sleeping habits, your eating habits, all that stuff can wait. Get the people the things they need right now.
All right, here we go. This is the new thing we started about a month or so ago, month and a half. 5 best trends for games we try and use that have not yet begun. And we've been able to accomplish that tonight with our 5 best heading into this week. 79 and 55 if you play these religiously. So here we go, 5 on the line. All right, number 1, we're going to go with a little NHL. How about the Dallas Stars in Colorado? 5.5, maybe 6 in some circles, 6.5, depending on where you do your shopping. But when we put this together, it's 5.5. Dallas 8-1 over their last 9 games at home. That's the key against Colorado. So where are we going to go? Got to go over, right? Over 5.5. I do like the over in this game. Over 5.5 Dallas at Colorado. Or Colorado.
I like it as well. I like this one as well. It's going to be a sweat. We might need an empty netter. Keep going. What else?
Number 2, NBA. Little 1 of a 2-pack doubleheader here, if you will. We'll start with Golden State versus Houston. Golden State, after winning the other day, now 18-3. Their last 21 games against the Rockets. And, yes, Golden State's been really good, and Houston's been, for the most part, really bad. But, man, 18-3. So you're getting them basically. You pick them tonight. Where are we going to go? Let's go Golden State, minus the 3.5 against the Houston Rockets.
Betting market agrees with you. I agree with you. It's now 4/4.5 in places. Let's get the 3.5 covered. What's next?
All right. Same game. That's what I say. Doubleheader. Golden State and Houston. 7 straight unders, including all 3 games in this series between these 2 teams. And I must say, they're not even coming close to going over. But you want real tough play defense basketball for 48 minutes. It has been this series. 7 straight under runs. So where are we going to go? Under, right? 203. Houston and Golden State. Why not?
Man, I feel like we're dancing. I feel like we're sitting next to each other in that studio in Holmdel right now. I mean, I love all these plays so far. That's scary, but 3 for 3. What else?
All right. You got to like this one. Pick number 4, baseball. Texas Rangers at home against the Oakland, Sacramento, soon-to-be Las Vegas A's. Texas, 7 straight unders. In fact, they played 13 home games this year. You know how many have gone over? 1. They are 12-1 under at home, including those 7 in a row. So where are we going to go? Got to go, right? Under 9.5. They're giving us a big number tonight, too, for some. Well, your favorite pitcher, Patrick Corbin's on the hill, but we talked about it. He's actually been okay this season. But
he
under
has
9.5.
Much better. And you normally would just bet over in games he pitched, but 12-1 is 12-1. This is crazy. I like all 4 of these plays so far. What else?
All right. Gotta love this one. Don't quite understand the line, but that's okay. Baseball. Atlanta Braves in Colorado to take on the biggest waste of human flesh west of the Mississippi, the Colorado Rockies. Ah, yes. Atlanta, 7-2 overall their last 9. How about 16-4 their last 20 against Colorado? How about the Rockies, the worst record in baseball, 4-23, including 6 straight losses. So our number one trend tonight is... Atlanta Braves, minus the 170, 172. Again, depending on where you do your shopping. Not a bad number. It's not bad. I thought it would be 2-1 at least at Colorado. You can't possibly bet Colorado, Dave.
Yeah, I don't think so. Some people working on the show might think this is a Mets show, but tonight this is a Braves show. Let's go, Braves. All right. That's outstanding. That is a really good 5. I mean, like, just eyeing it up right now, that might be a 5-0 streak.
5-0? We'll take it. We will take it. All right, more coming up.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 1 of our 2-hour extravaganza just underway. So we got our 5 on the line. In case you missed it, joining us a little bit late. Shame on you, but here we go. In reverse order. Dallas over Colorado in hockey, over 5.5. I love Golden State minus, well, not that I love it, just the trends say. Golden State laying 3.5 against Houston. Under 203, Houston Golden State. Monster under trend, 7 straight unders between the two teams. And you got to play under 9.5 Oakland and Texas. Texas 12-1 under at home, which is just amazing because that's a hitter's ballpark, at least it's supposed to be. And then the number one trend, best trend really on the board, bet against Colorado. You don't even have to lay 2-1 tonight for whatever reason. Atlanta over Colorado is the Rockies. They're bad, Dave. You know, I figured it out today. And we all know the White Sox were hideous last year, right? 41 and 121. You know, the Rockies are on a pace to go 24 and 138. They're on a pace to obliterate the worst record in the history of baseball. Now, I'm sure they'll get some wins, but you see them lose. And sometimes you don't really, whatever, all right, they're bad, they're awful, I get it. But then you look at the standings, and then you look at their record. 4 and 23. Holy fudge. They suck.
And they're not going to any, other division anytime soon, right? They're in the NL West where every team is over 500. The Giants have the best record in baseball. Oh, by the way, the Padres are next, and then the Dodgers. Oh, that's true. The Mets are right there too. All right. But yes, this is going to be tough. Yeah, it's going to be tough. You're going to get nights like this where I don't know. I've done it. I've been in a book where, you go into work and you need the same team 160 games out of 162. There'll be 2 games where you don't need them. And that's, of course, will be the games they win. So, yeah, this is going to be a tough one for books. There's no sympathy for the bookmakers or the sports books. So somebody got to do it. But that looks good. I mean, no joke. That looks like, and I don't really say that often. I usually give you a 3-2. Sometimes a 2-3, maybe a 4-1. This has a good shot to be 5-0. This really does. I mean, what are you calling your shot right now?
I'll say, listen, it's hard to hit a parlay, right? So I'll say 4-1. I say we get a split out of Golden State and the under. Even though I can't see an over. I mean, it's a pivotal game 4. It's not like a series is 3-0 or even 3-1. Yeah, we're going to poo-poo it. I mean, Golden State knows they got to win. They're at home. Rockets, they don't want to fall behind 3-1. So there's no real reason on paper that things would be any different for a game 4. But, it is hard to have 4 straight unders. But that would be my only say. Maybe we get a split out of that. So,
well, I'm going to ask everybody that's watching the show to tweet at us. At Opposite Picks, at SportsBK and Sig, tag at SportsGrid as well. How many do you think we go tonight? If you guys are watching the show, is it 3-0, 3-2, 4-1, 5-0? Take your shot, put it out there. I also put a poll on the Twitter tonight.
Cool.
And already got an answer. This is pretty good. What are you most looking forward to tonight as far as sports and watching television? There's the hockey games are listed first because I'm biased, obviously, hockey. Basketball next, 7 baseball games, or you're taking a break from television tonight. We already got one answer, and they tagged us. We'll see if we can find it and have the boys put it up. Thank you, Sobibi. He said, why watch sports when you can just watch Opposite Picks and Sports BK and Sig on SportsGrid? So, good answer. How about that?
There you go. That should have been an option, right? I mean, So,
I didn't want to do that here.
I know. We don't want to be Shador Sanders here. So here's how the boys in Vegas fell asleep at the wheel today. So FanDuel, I love these bets on FanDuel. I really do, right? So but you got to get them in before the games start, obviously. So some you don't have time. But one of them was in the NHL, Dave. Who's going to be the highest scoring team tonight? And there's only 2 games. Right? A lot of nights there's 3 or 4, so you have, 6 or 8 selections. There's only 2. So I really thought that this Florida-Tampa Bay game was going to be a lower scoring game, and so far it is. Florida just scored, so 1-0. They were giving me Colorado, or us, I shouldn't say me, at 2-1 odds. And I'm like, Florida and Tampa Bay's got 2-1, maybe 3-1, 3-2 written all over, right? I mean, low scoring. And Colorado's the favorite. Minus 140. I could get a minus 140 favorite at 2-1. If it ends up being a low-scoring first game, as we have right now, only 1 goal midway through, now I can hedge on Dallas to win the game. They're either going to win the game or Colorado wins and they score more than 2 goals, we'll just say, or even 3 goals.
I like that. I like that. That's I had it pegged like this. I mean, I had Tampa and under for the first game and Colorado and over for the second game. Now, I don't know how far over. You know, I was just on Game Time Decisions with K-Dub. He has under 11.5 was the salami today, which is the total goals scored in a hockey day. There's only 2 games, so 11.5. Made sense. 6 in the second game, 5 in the first probably is where it falls. You get a shootout, though, in the second game. Turns into Edmonton and L.A., which I'm pretty impressed that you stayed up to see the result, but I don't know how you don't watch it. I really don't know how you don't watch it.
Well, it was 3-1. You know, I didn't watch it and turned it off 3-3. I turned it off 3-1. It was just like, it was just a long day. Long day, yeah. I'll never forget when I was younger and I was betting with my father, right, on Monday Night Football, because they weren't games during the week, right? And, you know, we'd have a bet in, first quarter would come in. He was a teacher, so we had to get up at like 6:30 in the morning. And it's like, where are you going, Dad? I'm going to bed. The game just started. It's first quarter, second quarter. What are you doing? I can't stay up. I never could understand. Never in a, like, how is that possible? You got to bet on the game? But now here I am, you know, 30 years later. I get it, Dad. You know, God bless you. I fully understand now. Yeah. Used to think if I watched it, things would happen my way. You know, 1,000 losing bets later, I realized, you know what, whether I watch it or not, I got no influence.
I still like to watch it, though. Like, there's not a time when I don't like, if I'm watching it, I'm committed. There's no time where I go, I'll stop watching. Maybe things will change.
Oh, I do that all the time. If it's not going well, especially, oh, yeah. SGP, same game parlay coming up next.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker, because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number one. We'll update all the scores. Florida is leading, though, 1-0 midway through the second. We'll get to that. We got a little NBA. We got a blowout with Cleveland annihilating the Miami Heat. We've got baseball a little bit later on, the subject of our SGP. All right, I feel good. I feel lucky today. I really do.
Whoa.
Had a halfway decent weekend. Yes, I like this one a lot. It's going to pay about 7.5 to 1. So here you go. Buckle your bootstraps. Got to use the Dodgers. Why not? Right? Dodgers, the bats have finally kind of come alive. Ohtani was in a little bit of a slump, but he's now alive. So let's go Dodgers laying a 1.5 against the Miami Marlins. Little juice there, minus 134 still, but that's okay. They'll win by 4 or 5 runs. If they're going to win by 4 or 5, then they got to score 5, right? So let's go over 4.5. I am amazed that FanDuel in their SGPs do bump the odds up halfway decently when you have a team winning by 1.5 and their team total over. So give me the over 4.5 runs, Dodgers. Ohtani to get a base hit. Listen, the guy's got to get up 5 times, right? He leads off. The chance of him going 0 for 5 against the Miami Marlins, forget about it. So that's an easy winner. Ohtani, 2 bases. Again, you know, sometimes you put these parlays in and the numbers don't go up. Other times you put parlays in and they went up or go up. And then they went up today. So give me Ohtani with 2 bases, minus 120. If he's going to get a base hit, chances are he's going to be able to get the 2 bases. And then first inning, here's the key to it all. We need 3 hits between Miami and the Dodgers combined, 3 or more first inning. Add it all up and it pays 7.5 to 1, plus 747.
Oh, my.
What do you think?
You went 3 hits in the first inning. We need 3 hits combined in the first inning. That's the gamble. I mean, that one there.
Well, that's
screams,
Ohtani. That's bets. You know, then you at the top of the lineup.
Yeah. All right. I hope you're right. That's the one obviously I'm worried about. I think the Dodgers win. I think they win on the run line. The team total might be a bit of a sweat, right? They may win 4-1 tonight. Just cruise through. May gets through that order 3 times. And, wow. Vinny, I need you to hit it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Twice.
Just twice. Double hit it. Crank it up. 2 times. Well, we were just there. It was 1-0 Florida, and now it's 2-1 Tampa, just like that. It just, I mean, that was fast. I just looked up. Yeah, so 2-1 Tampa leads. Not the same shift, but it was within, what, a minute? I don't even know.
Got to be within a minute.
Yeah, that was a really it was a good goal.
Right?
So, yeah, so 2-1 Tampa. I like when you're feeling lucky. You never really say that very often. Like you usually, you know, the Black Cloud play of the night is coming up later.
I don't usually feel it very often.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's good. I'm glad you had a good weekend. Did you watch much of the draft? Did you watch much of it?
I did. Thanks to Sanders. I didn't watch. I'll say yeah. I did. I actually did. I was gonna say I watched a lot on Saturday that I normally would never watch, just because of the Sanders factor. You know, whether it was watching or going back and forth, and you know, just seeing when he was going to go, and eventually he did go just before we went on the air. I was hosting with 4 to 8 on Saturday, so you know, by 2 goals, 21 seconds apart.
11 seconds. 11 seconds. That's
11
seconds.
Yeah, 11 seconds. You're right.
That's the fastest 2 goals in playoff history, right there.
No,
they just flashed it on the screen. That's what they just flashed on the screen.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the history of the NHL,
fastest 2 goals in playoff history. 11 seconds. Maybe in Tampa playoff history, but they just flashed it on the screen. So now Tampa has 11 shots. Florida has 12. 2 goals for Tampa, 1 for Florida.
I bet that's Tampa history.
I don't know.
I bet
I just saw it flash on the screen. So
yeah, I bet
people are watching us. We're trying to keep it together. All right, so you watched the draft. That was good. Did you watch much of the NBA? Because we got Fiddle coming up next. He's got picks. He's got plays. I couldn't wait to talk to you because you are, you know, I mean, at least on the island and surrounding areas, you're pretty known that you're an official. I mean, that Knicks thing yesterday was world-class official. They said after the game they should have called a foul after the game. I mean, what are you doing?
You know, they have these reports that they have to do anytime a game is 3 points or less in the final 2 minutes, they got to give their post-game report. And he did foul him. It should have been called. The one thing I will say is I don't think it forced him to miss the shot, which is why it wasn't called. But was it a foul? Yeah. We got Michael Fiddle's thoughts when we come back and give live game day.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats typically in your direction if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in-game live, game day on the grid, halfway through hour number one. So we got the hockey 2-1 Tampa Bay. Haven't mentioned too much about baskets. Good reason why. Man, what an embarrassing performance from Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat tonight at home, facing elimination, down 40+. Yes, believe it or not. So let's talk a little hoops, get some winners from our good buddy Michael Fiddle, who you can follow on Twitter at Fiddle's Picks, by the way. Fiddle Picks, Fiddles Picks, Picks. You see all his work at Action Network, one of my favorite websites. So what's going on, Mike? How are you today, bud?
I'm doing well, but I was on the Miami Heat, so gonna take a quick L early, or you could say the Miami Heat money line has them right where they want them right now. No, I thought this was going to be a good spot to back the Heat and got the number early before Darius Garland was ruled out, so I beat the closing line substantially, and I thought it was a good spot. You know, Cleveland just came in hitting everything, and Miami can't buy a bucket, so it is what it is, and you'll throw that one out and move on.
70-28 right now with 1:28 left in the first half. The book has taken down both the spread and the money line because there's no algorithm or anyone that could actually figure out what a fair number would be right now if you can actually put up, 45.5 maybe as a side. Who knows? Who cares? It's over with, Mike. It's done. I'd rather lose a game that way than lose like the Pistons did yesterday. That was one of those ones where it's just like, man, we'll get to that in a second. We'll discuss it with Wetzel. You got to play tonight. There's a big game tonight. The trends we covered on the 5 on the line had Golden State and the under. How do you see this game happening tonight?
Yeah, I agree. We're seeing a lot of Golden State -3.5 move to 4 today with the news that Jimmy Butler is going to be in. We just found out about 1 minute ago that Jimmy Butler is not going to have any minutes restriction. It's going to be up to him and Steve Kerr to have some dialogue during the game and see how things are going. But there's going to be no restriction, no template, no less than 30 minutes, no, changing his rotations. Jimmy will be out there in full force, and we'll see how he's feeling and how he's playing. But I think that makes it a warrior spot. I would still play it currently at the -4. It's a low total. You probably looking towards the under with this total as well, especially with that Jimmy Butler's going to play news. People think, oh, Butler in, pop the line towards the over. In fact, it's quite the opposite. He's such a good defender. They have the #1 defense in the NBA since acquiring Butler in games that he's active. And so you'd actually look towards the under, because even though he could score 20, 25 points, he slows the game down. He's methodical. He operates in the half court. He could draw fouls to get to the line, and he's a phenomenal defender. So overall, the pace and possessions decrease, even though the efficiency increases. I think it's a warrior spot and an under spot.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly, Mike. In fact, I'm a little surprised. Are you that this was basically the line for game 3 when you knew he wasn't playing, and then they make the line similar. They win game 3 without him. They're up 2-1. Then they make the announcement that he's playing. I'm a little surprised this is not 4.5, even 5, to tell you the truth. Are you?
We saw 5s pop up right on the news and then get resisted back in the market. So I'm not too surprised, Scott. That game 3 line, when Jimmy was actually ruled out, was hanging out at 4 with the uncertainty. And then when he was ruled out, it closed at Houston +2. So it ended up crashing towards Houston. So we are seeing, Jimmy priced as 2 or 3 points in the market. But what we're also seeing throughout the NBA playoffs, Scott, is this desperation angle is certainly being priced into the market. Like the Knicks were 6.5, 7-point favorites at home in both the previous games. Now the Pistons are on the brink. That game's going to be 5.5 coming up. The Celtics were -12, 12.5 every time they were at home, and now that game's 11, 11.5 with going up 3-1 and coming back home. So the desperation angle is certainly being priced in, and I think it's about 1 point to the market right now, which is it's a lot, and the books are saying that stuff matters.
Mike, does it matter? Injuries. I mean, we saw Dame yesterday. That was unfortunate. That's done. He's done. The Bucks are done. It sounds like Giannis is done as a Buck. The line's only 7.5 right now, maybe 8. But, I mean, there's no way. It's a wrap tomorrow, right? Like, what could you possibly see to make you take the Bucks plus the points tomorrow?
Nothing. It's an Indy or nothing spot, but again, it's pricey. So I think honestly the best advice at this point, Dave, is skip it. If you're okay with paying that kind of price on an Indy money line, that could be the way to go for it. But I wouldn't be betting into -8. I wouldn't be chasing points and fading the market with the Bucks. The over-under also opened at 228.5. It's down to 222.5. I would have told you that's an under spot, but to still play a line 6 points after it's moved in the same direction is bad advice, and that's steam chasing, be a bit egregious. So I genuinely think it's a Pacers spot. I'm upset because underratedly, as I was watching the first round series, I found myself rooting for the Bucks, which I'm not a Bucks fan. I'm not really a fan of any team. But I love Giannis, and I love him out there, and he's a game record during the playoffs. So they're a more exciting team to watch than Indy, but it does seem like Indy's going to be moving on, and they'll meet their maker in Cleveland. I expect to be back in Cleveland heavily in that next round.
What'd you think of the 2 calls? The NBA coming out, they screwed up twice, first in the Knicks game and then in the Laker game.
You live with it. I mean, it is what it is. It's actually probably good for the sport. I'll zag a little bit. Everyone talking about how the officiating screws up just makes everyone tune in, makes everyone, get uptight and tweet about it or post about it, and it ends up, broadening the scope of the game. So it's not what we want to talk about, but thankfully it's the first round. The Knicks were likely going to move on anyways. This will quiet everyone thinking it's rigged for the Lakers. If the NBA and sports are rigged, right? then how come there was a no call on Jaden McDaniels, subsequently followed up by an out-of-bounds play, reviewed, and then upgraded to a foul on LeBron James prior to the ball going out of bounds, which wasn't even called on the floor, gives Minnesota 2 more shots and puts the Lakers in a terrible position, now down 3 with less than 10 seconds left. They would have had a chance to win the game outright. Instead, they have to force a 3 for a potential tie and miss. So I just hope we don't see it. I hope it's not a story as we get further in, but I'm not going to overly fret about the officiating right now.
Clippers Nuggets. It's tied 2-2, but when you look at the market and the way it's priced as far as futures, like the Clippers are the 3rd choice, maybe 4th choice in a couple places to win the West. They're favored tomorrow in Denver. And, I mean, it's been crazy. The games have been crazy. I don't know. Are you looking ahead at all? How do you see this one playing out tomorrow night?
I think this is a Clippers spot. I think it's probably the best NBA bet that's available right now, Dave, is Clippers ATS. Wow. Minus 1.5, -2. When I get to game 5s, game 6, you know, these deep games of an NBA playoff series, it gets harder to find big value. We have consensus lines. We know what the venue change is worth. We know the matchup angle. We know each game these lines are going to be relatively the same. You can't get ahead of big moves. You can't beat injury news. You can't play into one team having a big rest disadvantage, a big travel spot, 3 games in 4 nights. All of these angles that we find for the NBA regular season don't really exist once you get 5-6 games into a series. So you have to kind of lower your exposure. But in this spot, Clippers full unit would be betting it hard. The pricing in the market says the book absolutely thinks the Clippers are going to win. I will side with them and place my money on that.
All right. That is the one series that, well, one of them anyway, that's actually lived up to all the hype of how close it is, road teams winning and everything else. Little controversy. So, hey, Mike, great job as always. Again, check him out on Twitter, Michael's Picks, or Fiddles. I'm going to get this right before we're through here. Fiddles Picks. He just changed it. At Fiddles Picks. Mike, thanks, man. We'll do it again soon.
Knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker, because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Again, thanks to Michael Fiddle. Watch and see all his action over at Action Network. A great website, great gambling website. And then follow him on Twitter at FiddlesPicks, at FiddlesPicks. So, do have some NBA. That really is a joke. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. You know, he liked Miami tonight. I'm not exactly sure how, but they are down 40, Dave. Check that, 39. Yeah. With a point spread now, they just reached halftime, 72-39. That's just embarrassing. I like Eric Spoelstra. I think he's really one of the best coaches in the NBA, and I get this team is limited, but they're not limited. In an elimination game at home, and you're going to lose by, 50 points tonight? That's just like, wow.
So these things all come to an end. These things all come to an end. Yeah. It doesn't usually end well, right? It just
you don't bet.
You know,
yeah. You don't bet, Dave. It's a great system, and I generally follow it religiously. But the number was so high tonight, I was like, I can't lay you 8.5, right? But you bet on teams that are up 3-0 when you're on the road for Game 4. The team that's down 3-0. You look it up over the last 30 years. I by far it's like an 80 to 90% system in the NBA. Because those teams in the NBA, they know they don't want to go back on the road and lose Game 5. They know the series is over. No team has ever come back from 3-0 down. It's over with. And they don't cover the spread more times than not in those 50. They're not close. Now, they're not blowouts like this, but the spirit, because they give so much in Game 3, knowing that if they lose Game 3, the series is over. And then when they lose Game 3, there's just nothing in the tank for Game 4. And that's what you're seeing tonight. 38.5 is the point spread.
It's a tough spot, and I can tell you, from the book standpoint, I'm with you. I would try to shade it to need the favorite as best I could in these situations where it'd be like, look, this team's done. They're just done. And then if you get there, if for somehow they win the game, they go and lose Game 5, just like you said. So, listen, as great of a coach as, guys are, it ends like this certain seasons. You can't win every year. I mean, it ended in Pittsburgh. Mike Sullivan was a great coach. Did a lot of good things. Won back-to-back cups in Pittsburgh. They haven't made the playoffs in a couple years. Got to change house today. Big story in Pittsburgh. Whether, he had demands, he didn't have demands. And apparently he's headed up to be the Rangers coach maybe or the Bruins coach. But who knows? There's moments where you, as a bettor, I think you should kind of shove all in a little bit on situations like this. The NBA it sticks true to form in these spots.
Yeah. All right, let me throw some plays at you. I did before today's game started. We'll start there. We're talking NBA, so why not? FanDuel labels them as raining buckets. You can follow NBA, and then there's little icons up top, raining buckets, right? So you tell me if I got any winners here. You want to know what I'm getting odds-wise first, or just give me the bet?
I like it right there. I see it right there, yeah.
Every game to have a player score 30 points or more, plus 155. Again, only 2 games tonight. This is like the same as the NHL. Only 2 in the NBA. Okay. Can we get 30 points in his Cleveland game and then the game later on tonight? Plus 155.
That looks like
not
a
bad.
Winner. Right? Yeah. Somebody's scoring 30 in each game. No? The highest scorer in the game doesn't score 30. I would think that would be a winner. Okay.
Not each team, right? It doesn't have to be each team.
Just one guy.
Just
need one guy in each game. Yeah. Not each team. So, yeah, that's okay. I'll sign for that.
Can we get 40
would you
points?
Be more worried about? I think that somebody on Cleveland would have 30 already, almost with all those points that they have now. That might hurt
Cleveland
us, though.
would be the one because they may not, they may sit these guys second half. That's now the problem. I really counted on Cleveland. I was more concerned with the second game heading in, but is Cleveland, up literally? I mean, it's 40 points. It's ridiculous. They're not even within striking distance. So, is Mitchell and some of these other guys going to be playing? Mitchell would be the one, right? I'm a little worried about that one.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to get a 40-1 or 40 points.
I don't think
that was 43-1
Yeah, DeAndre Hunter has 18 points. Actually, he leads the game.
Okay.
For Cleveland.
You got a shot there.
18, 13 for Mitchell, 12 for Allen, and 10 for Mobley. So, I don't know. Those are the guys. We'll have one of those 4 guys got to get 30.
Yeah.
What else you got?
How about any team to score 140 points at 35 to 1 or 150 points at 150 to 1? Now, that really does include overtime. So, I'm thinking one of these days, these games, we're going to have a double overtime game.
No.
And someone's going to hit 150 points. And I'm going to hit at 150 to 1 shot.
This is just today? That's a crap bet? That's
just today. Yeah, I got to go. Oh. No, this is just today. But I'm going to play it every day. I play it every day.
Oh, boy. Sportsbooks love you. FanDuel, get this guy a VIP account. DraftKings, everybody. Wetzel, whatever you want. Your wish is yours. You come and bet this every day with us. We love you. Yeah. Come on in. Yeah, come on. Please.
All right. How about NHL? Puck drop specials, it's called on NHL. I gave you Colorado most goals, 2 to 1.
Yep.
Nathan McKinnon, most shots on goals, plus 310. The guy gets 6, 7, 8 all the time.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I
like that.
Spiked your interest. Okay.
Hello. Yes. All right.
That's good. Can we get every team to have 25 shots on goal plus 240, 30 shots on goal at plus 29 to 1? But it's got to be regulation, unfortunately.
25. Oh, boy. Yeah, Dallas might be a problem there. Shots on goal. Let's see where we're at right now. 16 and 12 in this game.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get it in this game. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
That's one of those where I know it wasn't a smart bet, but they put it up there and I liked it. I got to get them credit. If they put a bet up there I feel compelled to.
You get involved.
Like, okay, guy,
I know you do.
Nice job,
you don't have to bet everything.
Yeah, a little
Black
bit.
Cloud coming up.
Black Cloud coming up.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker, because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid, hour number 1, final segment. You know what time it is. Time for our best play, Black Cloud Play of the Day. Ah, yes, this is the play. If you're a $1 player, put 2. Why not even spread the wealth? Go $3. We're so confident in these plays. We are now a whopping 26-12 with our Black Cloud play of the day over the last, 2 months or so. And we got another winner on tap tonight. Can't lose, right? Baseball. We got NBA postseason. We got NHL postseason. But let's go back to what made the Milwaukee famous. Good old baseball. Been around 125 or so years. So let's use the LA Dodgers, who have been around about literally 125 years. They're taking on the Miami Marlins. Team total, not going to lay the 3-1. I'm not going to ask you to do that. Not even going to fool around with a 1.5. But we will go team total over 4.5. Little juice minus 145, 146 or so. Some circles have it at 5, 5.5. I'll go the 4.5 and lay the juice. Why the over? First off, Dodgers 7-2 their last 9 games, scoring 5 runs or more. 15 home games this year, not counting the games over in Japan. 10-5 over, getting 5 goals or more. You throw out a series against the Cubbies in which they went 3 games for whatever reason against the good Cubs pitching without scoring, and it's been 10-2, getting 5 runs or more at home in those other 12 home games. Who are they facing tonight, Scott? Edward Cabrera. He sucks. How bad? He's 0-1 with an ERA over 6. He was 4-8 last year with an ERA close to 5. He's 7-7 2 years ago. And how well did he do against the Dodgers last year, you ask, since this is the first time he's facing them this year? How about 0-2 last year, giving up 11 runs in 2 starts? Dodgers hit 294. 294 against this stiff. There's no way in the world. I think I'm frozen.
No, you're not. You're fine.
There's no way in the world the Dodgers don't get 5 runs.
Yeah. All right. No way in the world, you said. No way in the world.
We froze.
Okay. It's minus 280. You're not frozen. You're good. You're fine. If you can't hear me, I'll carry it until you can hear me back. So Wetzel's Black Cloud play of the night was the Dodgers over their team total. All right. So, yeah. Listen, the Dodgers just finished with the Pirates over the weekend. They got beat by Skeens on Friday. It was a magical night for Pittsburgh and Skeens, but then they beat up bad teams, and the Marlins are a bad team. So one of those situations where you're probably trying to find different ways to bet it. And, it's the current numbers, minus 270, minus 280 in different places. Team total over is maybe not a bad move. So we'll go with Wetzel's Black Cloud play tonight and over 4.5. All right. So I was just saying there's different ways to bet this. Now, the Dodgers just beat up the Pirates, took 2 or 3 over the weekend. Skeens was magical on Friday night. But the Dodgers got their revenge Saturday and Sunday. The Dodgers beat up bad teams.
Right.
Can they win this game and not score 4.5 runs? I mean, the total's 8.5. Could this be 4-2? You're not worried about that?
No. Yeah, here's why. I'm not sure how much you heard before I lost you guys. But 7-2, they've scored 5 runs or more in 7 of their last 9 games. 10-5, scored 5 runs or more their 15 home games this year. You throw out the Cubs series, which they didn't score 3 times, and it's 10-2. Their last 12 or their 12 home games this year. Cabrera, the pitcher for the Marlins, stinks. He's got an ERA over 6. He had an ERA at 5 last season, and the Dodgers last year beat him up to 11 runs in 2 games, and they hit almost 300 against him, 294. So, barring some, and Ohtani's hot. The last 2 games he's been on fire. Was in a little bit of a slump. I mean, barring something crazy. They're getting 5 runs tonight, Dave.
Okay.
I think there's a better chance they could lose, and I don't think they will, but with Dustin May on the hill, I think there's a chance they would lose more than they don't give 5 runs.
Wow.
To tell you the truth.
Wow.
Marlins bullpen, one of the worst in baseball ERA-wise as well. Ninth worst.
Good. No,
Eighth or
it's
ninth.
not. It's
so.
Not, I don't.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if they lose. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't score 4.
Yeah. All right, in-game live, game day, hour number 2, coming up next.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It is in-game live game day here on the grid. Hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Scott and Dave until 10 p.m. Eastern time. We got hockey. We got baseball. So we got to have our good buddy George Kurtz joining us now here on the program. SportsGrid host on radio and TV, seen here all the time. What's going on, George? How are you tonight? We got a little hockey tonight. Couple of games. Tampa Bay trying to even a series against Florida, leading 2-1. They just started the third period. Your thoughts on this game beforehand and right now?
2 goals in 11 seconds for the Lightning to get themselves right back in this game right now. Pretty amazing there. Listen, it's a shame that one of these 2 teams is going home after the first round, right? Because you can make an argument they were 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference here. It's been a great series, hard hitting, questionable hitting. The coaches are chirping each other, right? Maurice and Cooper, so that's fun to hear here. Pre-game, Scotty, I was on the Lightning. Really no big reason other than the fact that it was plus money. That's the only thing I can tell you. I'll take the plus money with the Lightning here. It's not a big bet here. So I'm on the right side of it right now. I'm on the under as well. I'm going to have to sweat this one out a little bit with those empty net goals that are killing my unders here. May have to stop playing these because teams are pulling this goalie with 3 minutes left. We're getting multiple empty nets. We're getting at least 1 empty net goal every night and sometimes more than 1, killing the unders here. If I lose this again tonight, I'm probably done betting unders for the NHL playoffs.
Yeah, 17 and 10, by the way, Dave and George. 17 and 10 over heading into tonight, NHL postseason games. So
postseason games used to be fun to bet under. It's not fun anymore. Yeah, it's not fun.
I always feel bad, Dave, because I bet much more overs than I do under. Much, it's not even close. And but I've been trying to take more unders here. But like I said, this empty net is driving me insane. You know, don't get me wrong, it's the right play. The analytics tell you have to pull the goalie early if you want to score. I get it, but it's killing betting unders here, especially I don't know where you are, Dave, but Scott and I in New York, FanDuel, you never get a flat. It's always 5.5, 6.5. So I can never even, if it's 6, I feel a little better. At least I can get a push out of this. But I'm losing these by the hook every damn night, it seems like.
Yeah, it's books still here. Pre-game will put up a whole number, but during in-game, it's always a half number. I would argue just put up the whole number. The bettor's just as happy pushing sometimes as the book is. I don't know if the analytics are right. I don't know. I mean, I played the game, watched the game a long, long time. I don't know if it's right. I mean, analytics took over baseball, and look what they've done to baseball. So I'm not sure it's always right. I'm not sure what's going to happen tonight in the game, Colorado and Dallas. I like Colorado before the series. I still like Colorado. I like the over tonight. Wetzel's got a couple plays. We had 5 on the line. George, back from Florida. You should be down there probably at one of these games in Tampa or Florida. But the tan looks good. You had time out in the sun. What do you think about Avalanche and Dallas?
Yeah, like you, I'm on the Avalanche as well. It's mainly because no Heiskanen. Really thought maybe he can get back into the lineup tonight. And Dave, I got to wonder, are you going to put him back in? I mean, if you win tonight, okay, I guess you could put him in for Game 6. But if you lose tonight, can you really put him the first game he's played in months upon months in an elimination game? So I wonder if you're not going to see Heiskanen in the next round anyway here. No Robertson again tonight. I think Dallas is going to have their hands full with Colorado, even if they were at full strength. And you know what? They're not at full strength. All right. So once again, I am on the I'm on the Colorado Avalanche and the over. I think so. You guys mentioned that you're on the over as well. McKinnon at an anytime goal. I think I played that every game anyway. So give me the Colorado Avalanche, the over, and a McKinnon anytime goal.
All right, we got 3 other series, George, in the East. It's amazing. All the series in the West are 2-2. All the series in the East, there's only 1 loss with Tampa Bay and Florida playing their 4th game tonight. So the other 3 are 3-1. Give me your pecking order of there being a 5th game, or excuse me, a 6th game in any of those 3 series.
Oh, I think we could get it. Everything's been real. I mean, you go series by series here. I think Montreal's done. All right. I think they had their chance last night. They're done here. I think this series we'll watch it tonight, Toronto and Florida. I think that's going 7. All right. I think Ottawa's done. All right. You got your win there in overtime. Congratulations. I think you're done. So I think those are pretty much over at 7. With the Carolina Devils, they got their 1 win. That's all you're getting here. Yeah. We've already heard that Luke Hughes not playing tomorrow, so they're still banged up here. They're done as well. I think the West is much more interesting. I do think Colorado Dallas is going to go 7. Whoever wins tonight, I think loses in Game 6. So we'll get a Game 7 there. Vegas, Minnesota, I mean, they're destined to go 7 games here. Minnesota's actually outplayed them. St. Louis, Winnipeg, same thing. St. Louis outplayed Winnipeg. So I think we could get 7 there as well. Edmonton Kings, I mean, the Kings are. They screwed up.
That
Game
series
3.
is crazy.
Right? You cannot call that. When they reviewed that the Evander Kane goal.
Yeah.
You're goal. You can't do that. And if you lose, put Edmonton on the power play. And you can't do that. And then last night you have a 3-1 lead with less than 10 minutes left in the 3rd period, and you're literally playing all 5 guys in your own zone. You're just sitting back. You're playing prevent defense, whatever you want to call this thing. You can't do that. You can't let this thing keep coming at you wave after wave after wave. If it's not broken, don't fix it. I think we're going to see history repeat itself. I think we'll see Edmonton win that series in 7.
It's crazy because I've been staying up, obviously, when I was back east last week, watching those games. Showed up in a studio with the Kings stuff on, had it pegged that the Kings were going to win that series, felt really confident about it. I don't feel very confident right now after last night. They really played not to lose. You play hockey not to lose. You have to play to win, even with a lead. I mean, you have to forecheck somebody in the zone just to slow them down, breaking into your zone. Connor McDavid with a full head of steam with no one near him approaching the blue line is not helping anything. So, I don't know, George. So you said Edmonton there. I'm falling for Toronto. I think Toronto can actually get to the conference finals in the East, George. Am I crazy?
Yeah, I think you are. All right. I think they're done with Toronto. All right. I think whoever they play, Florida or Tampa Bay, is going to beat them. Great. You're beating Ottawa. Congratulations. And this is not disparaging Ottawa, but they've taken you 3 games to overtime. All right. That probably shouldn't happen. All right. And that last goal, the game winner by Sanderson in Game 4, Stolarz, what are you doing? How does that get? It's a snapshot. It's a snap, flip, 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 flip from 60 feet. How does that get in? That can't happen. I don't trust their goaltending at all. You look at this series, Tampa, Florida. These are the two best teams. They play hockey.
Elite.
And it's Florida,
Elite.
You know, I think Florida's built for this. Bobrovsky's better than their goaltending. They have a better defense here. They have the grit to do this here. So, no, I think we're going to see the same thing all over again. I think Toronto's going to lose next round to Tampa Bay or Florida.
You know, it's amazing, George, for me anyway, you know, heading into this postseason, I didn't think there really was one team that kind of stood out. Like, you got a couple in the NBA, clearly. You always got a couple in football, in baseball, the Dodgers this year, right? But I don't know, 2 weeks into this postseason, I still don't have that one team that I say, okay, they're the best team in the NHL. I don't know who it is.
I think that's fair. You know, if you ask me, I don't know if I can give you an answer either here going through it. I mean, if Florida would have won tonight, I would tell you it's Florida because they have flipped that switch, right? They coached at the end of the season. They didn't care about what place they finished, first, second, third. They didn't give a damn. Now in the playoffs, they're playing Florida hockey again. But if they lose tonight, I don't even know if they get out of this round. If they win tonight, I think they're going to the Stanley Cup again because I think they'll beat Toronto. I think they'll beat Boston or Carolina. So I think they might be that team. Maybe Colorado's that team. It's not Winnipeg. Yeah. It's the same Winnipeg team we've seen every damn playoff season. They're choking again.
Oh, no. Said it out loud. Said it out loud.
I don't have any. I had Colorado winning it all, but I thought they would dominate this series. Dallas has kind of gotten out of their 8-game losing streak funk. So I don't know. It's a great it's a great postseason. That is for sure. George, great job as always. Good luck with the bets tonight, and we'll do it again soon. Thanks.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Had a little scoring update, and then the scoring update got updated. So Tampa Bay leading 2-1, had a 5-minute power play. Golden chance to have a 3-1 lead and really, win the game, right? Maybe with the 12 minutes left, 13 minutes left. So they don't score. You know how it is in the NHL. You don't score, then the other team's going to get a power play, right? So Florida gets a power play, Dave. Looks like they score, tie it at 2, but they go to review and they say that he was offsides. About 30 seconds before the goal was actually scored, so they wiped the goal off the board. Oh, so it's 2-1, Florida, final seconds of their power play. That stinks.
But this is a good thing, right? They effectively use instant replay and determine to get the call right. So, I don't know, as a basketball official, world-class basketball official that you are, I think we need to do this in the NBA. We got it right. There's no dispute. So, I'm good with that. I'm also good with this.
Let me ask you this.
We got people watching the show. Oh, go ahead. Go.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Go ahead, because mine's going to take a little while. So, go ahead.
All right.
Throw it out there.
I'm good with this. When people tweet at us during the show, and we got our producers, Matty G in the back, and, Vinny putting these things together. Thank you, Johnny Roast Beef. Opposite picks, Panthers, Braves, Moneyline Parlay, let's go. So he's on that right now with you. That's, you're down 2-1 in the hockey game. You just got a goal called back. And, oh, by the way, the Rockies are leading 3-0 in the top of the third inning. So that's no good, but that's okay. No. Keep tweeting at us, keep watching the show. The other thing I wanted to mention is the poll that I put up before. And I apologize, I forgot to tag you, but there it is right there. What are you most looking forward to watching tonight? Whether it's NHL playoffs, basketball playoffs, whatever these things are today with this Cleveland game. It's completely absurd. What the current score of that is 103-57 in the third quarter, 3 minutes left. Or baseball, which, by the way, we need Dodgers team total over 4.5 runs. So, Scott, this would have been my favorite if I was making the number for what was going to win the vote. What would you have voted? NHL, NBA, baseball, or taking a break from television sports tonight? What would you have voted?
There are no breaks. There are definitely no breaks. That would be last.
No days off?
So,
okay.
Yeah, no days off. No days off. So I would, I would have two, depending on my perspective at the time I was making my vote. Betting interest, I would have baseball because I got more on the Dodgers and Braves. But interest just in general, it would be NHL because you got two great series. Probably the two best series that I was looking forward to when the postseason began, without really having a dog in a fight since my Bruins aren't in the postseason. So hockey, would be like, okay, let's, watch something. Gambling would be the baseball just because of that. But, that goal, it brings up an interesting little trivia, water cooler at the bar bet that you could win if you want to.
I love these things. So, go ahead. What do you got?
Yeah. All right. So the bet is this: which side of the basketball court? Yeah. This is the glasses one. What side of any NBA, high school, grammar school, even WNBA basketball court is bigger? Front half or back half?
Front half or back half? Is this a trick question? They're the same size, are they not?
No.
The front court or the back half? The back court.
Yeah. Why? You can't just pick. It's one of the two. So
it's got to be the back court, right? I don't know.
It is the back court. The answer to the reason why, because the 3-inch or so, 2-inch, 3-inch mid-court stripe is part of the back court. So from the end line to the beginning of that stripe, and then the end line to the beginning of the stripe in the front court are the same, but that 3-inch line is technically the back court. So in all basketball courts, the back court is actually a little bigger. Now, why do I bring that up outside of just, spreading knowledge, as we like to do here?
Like the blue line.
The blue line. That's what I was going to say. How does it work with the blue line? I'm not a high school official. We should have George Kurtz on. I thought the blue line was part of the front court or the front ice. Is it not?
No, you have to go over completely the blue line. The blue line is part of it. You have to. So if you're on the blue line,
right,
the back of it keeps in the offensive zone. So the puck can come out of the zone. The defenseman can keep it in on the blue line. But when you're breaking into the zone, the blue line has to be completely crossed over, just like the
That
front
is so
court.
weird. That's what I thought. It's the only line that I know has two different meanings, right? Because I thought I did anyway.
and the
See
back,
a guy have the puck in the front, and then it goes on the blue line, but he's not out yet. He's still in the zone.
Correct.
But when you go into the zone, you're not into the zone until it clears. And that's why that goal was disallowed, because the puck, long story short, was on the blue line, but they were just going in, so it wasn't technically in.
You cannot enter you cannot enter the offensive zone over the blue line before the puck does. The puck has to go over that front of that line going into the zone. So his skates were over the blue line. Both skates were over. One skate can be over, but the other skate has to be behind the blue line. Both skates were over the blue line. Was clearly put the whistle up, right hand up, offsides. They missed it live, but they got it right in the replay. 2-1 still.
Why would they do
Tampa
that?
leads.
Why would they make it part of the zone when you're on offense, in essence, but not part of it when you're just going in? Either it's in or it's not in, right?
It's been this way since the beginning of time. I don't know. That's the first thing I learned when I was playing hockey when I was 4 years old. The puck goes in first. But if you're trying to keep the puck in the zone, once you're in the zone, the blue line counts as the back. So if it stays on the blue line, you keep it in, then it's okay. I don't know what to tell you.
That's dumb.
But it's not.
It's a dumb rule. Pick one. You can't have it both ways. What am I talking to my wife? You want both sides of the coin? It's either you're in or you're out.
Soccer offsides is the worst rule in sports.
No, don't bring soccer. Soccer is the dopiest thing in the history of mankind, so don't bring that into consideration. All right, let's get some baseball winners when we come back.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Scott and Dave checking out the little NBA, little baseball, little just kind of like a trivia night tonight. Maybe Sid Finch Jr. that we're going to get into here in a second. But first up, NBA. That's really, I know the guys back in the studio. I don't even think Vinny, maybe Vinny might, being a Mets fan.
No.
But we'll get to that in a second.
I'll say no.
Yeah, you'll say no?
I'm
going to say, probably not. Probably not.
One of the best April Fool's things ever. And I'm not an April Fool's fan, but without a doubt, remember getting that Sports Illustrated and wondering as a kid, like, who's Sid Finch? Yeah.
There's a guy. There was a guy who reported. And Sports Illustrated back then, Dave, was like, that was like the Bible. I mean, it kind of still is, but, magazines are basically dead. But if it's in Sports Illustrated, it's like, okay, there'd be no reason to that. So there was an article back in 1985 of Sid Finch, New York Mets prospect, who supposedly threw a fastball 168 miles an hour, right? Yeah, had the baseball world abuzz. How fun was that? As it turned out, it was not the case. But I do bring it up because there's a guy in the Mets farm system, Vinny, I don't know if you heard about this guy. Ramon Gomez on Saturday threw a fastball. You ready?
How fast?
Fastball. 104.5 miles per hour.
Come on.
104. You're talking like Nolan Ryan,
What?
like 104.5 supposedly.
Check the gun.
Single A.
That's
Not
good.
even double or
Come
triple A.
on.
Single A. Right? I mean,
Please.
is that possible? 104.5.
104.5. I don't.
Ramon Gomez. Raimon. So, little Sid
Will you
Finch
ever
too,
pitch for the
maybe.
Mets? Will you ever pitch for the Mets, do you think? I mean, the Mets have the best starter ERA in baseball right now.
Yeah.
So, and he's in single A, so he's at least a year away, maybe two.
At least, right. Yeah.
Do you think we ever see Ramon pitching for the Mets?
I mean, I'll say this. This is the same franchise that traded away Nolan Ryan, so he could be a really good pitcher, and the Mets might still trade. He might not still be in a Mets uniform. So,
man.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
That was not nice. I mean, Mets fans out there. I mean, Johnny Roast Beef is a big Mets guy. There's a lot of Mets fans watching the show. That was a low blow. I mean, the Mets are rolling. Everything's coming up Mets right now for the season. Everything's happening. It's been pretty good. It's fine. That's interesting. 104.5. What's the fastest pitch you ever seen in person? Do you know?
I don't know. Not going to Major League Baseball games, but as far as like batting or going to a high school game or whatever, I don't really know, to tell you the truth.
I know the fastest I ever saw at box when I was playing was about low 90s, and I remember being like I'm in big trouble here. I really can't see the ball that this kid's throwing.
Right.
But I went and watched Thor. Not my buddy Chris Thor, who's watching the show. Syndergaard was pitching here for the Mets in minors, and I went and watched his bullpen. 100 in person from about 4 feet away. I mean, I was in the first. I was literally leaning over the bullpen. I could hear what it changed my life. I was with the kids, and I said, "Listen to this guy throw." And they're like, "Daddy, why do you keep saying listen?" I'm watching. I'm like, listen to the way this ball whistles into the catcher's glove. It was fascinating. Just warming up, getting loose, and throwing 100 before the game. Awesome.
It's funny. I've been out in the bleachers one time, worst seats in the world, right? Never do it. But one time I was at Fenway Park, and that's where the bullpen is. And we're right over the ball. Same exact, everything you just said, Dave, same exact thing. I'm hearing this guy, I forget who it was, throwing a bullpen session. Relievers get that ball was so fast, and it was just pounding in his mitt. I mean, it was so loud. It was like, oh my goodness. I mean, and I'm guessing he was throwing like 90 probably, back then. This is a few years back, but 90, 95, right? I mean, you don't appreciate how fast these things. Those major league hitters, man, that's talent. To be able to swing and decide if it's a ball or a strike.
Just hit it. Like, just hit it. Let alone hit it over the fence or hit the gap. Make consistent contact. When guys used to hit 320, 350. Beyond impressive. I mean, the sound of a ball going that fast, I will never forget it. That
Yeah, crazy. Crazy.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. We got Cam Stewart coming up in 10 minutes. Not too much NBA tonight just because, we got a 119-69 score. I mean, literally, it's a 50-point game. Cleveland from absolute start to finish, laying 49.5 if you want to. I always ask you this, Dave, when you work the books and you get games like this, and this would be in a playoff game. I mean, are people betting this anymore, or they just, you do have a second game, Denver and LA, so it's not like you don't have anything else to bet on if you're a basketball fan, but I mean, are people betting? Are you laying 49.5? Are people betting plus 49.5 in a contest like this?
Yeah, no, not really. No, you're just waiting. No, you're just kind of waiting for Houston and Golden State to start tonight. You're not really looking at it and going,
I said that's
okay.
in Denver and the Clippers.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. No, I mean, not even the total. Like, I mean, you take the total, it's up right now, still 224.5. You probably get more play on the total because it's still just a math problem, trying to figure that out. And guys like to play that, but the randomness of who's in, who's out, no, you don't get much play on the side. I just remembered, by the way, last year I flew up to Oakland to see the Pirates play the Oakland A's and saw Mason Miller pitch the 9th inning. And I sat in the first row behind home plate. There was only 1,800 people in the ballpark. I could hear, I think I was closer to the home plate than he was. That was one of the benefits of that ballpark. I mean, you were really right there. I mean, there's a lot of foul ground on the sides, but that home plate was right behind there. He hit 102 on the gun. I think that gun might have been a little juiced too. That was also most recent fastest pitcher that I ever saw. If you guys are watching us, tweet at us, the fastest pitch you ever saw in person or heard, because you're right. Those things are It's just something different about it.
Yeah. I think the fastest pitch I probably faced, probably only something in the 70s. I don't think I've ever faced really 80s and 90s, not playing college ball. But, yeah, it's crazy. So, who do you like second game? Golden State, we gave the numbers out earlier, laying 3.5, well, now 4. Jimmy B's going to play tonight, apparently. At least give it a try. Rockets have, really been crushed by, not so much this series, but Golden State 18-3 their last 21 meetings against Houston. Gave you the 7-0 under run and our 5 on the line earlier. It's been a kind of a weird series. You don't know who's playing, why they're playing. It's been a dead under series, low scoring. Jimmy B playing tonight. The Warriors 25-8 with him in the lineup since they acquired him. So they've had the second best record, in the Western Conference since the All-Star break. They were the favorites heading in. Chance to take a commanding 3-1 series lead. What do you think?
I think Golden State wins tonight. We had somebody tweet at us about the results. They were looking for the poll for the 5 on the line. They said it's a 5-0 if we do Golden State on the money line. I think that's a fair statement, actually. I think I'd rather take Golden State. I know, but this one could be that situation where Golden State wins and doesn't cover. I personally think Golden State wins and covers, but I can see it falling closer to the number. With Butler, Golden State is the second choice in the West to win it. I mean, they're right there. They're right there. So, Minnesota has a commanding 3-1 lead against the Lakers. They were up there. So,
Florida tied
Play
it, I think.
Hit it. Wow.
Who was it? Right. 2-2, 3:47 left. Ekblad?
And we don't see – it's so funny because neither team has 20 shots on goal. So that, puck drop thing, we're not going to get 25 shots on goal by either team, I don't think, in regulation. That has to be a regulation bet? Was that the stipulation?
Yeah. Okay. It has to be regulation, unfortunately.
All right.
So, unless we get a flurry here. I knew we weren't going to get 30, but I figured maybe 25, not that many, right? I mean, 8 a period, basically. So.
Right.
Yeah. Ekblad, 5th career playoff goal. Yep, he got it. So 2-2, 3:47. Looked like another game that's going to be heading to overtime. So what about second game here? Dallas and Colorado. I did like Colorado, but they score again? Oh my goodness, they scored again. Wow. We had 2 goals in 11 seconds by Tampa Bay. I think we got 2 goals in like 9 seconds by Florida. Holy fudge.
Yeah, dump in and then a flip in from the point. Wow. Oh, that building is completely lost.
Right?
Wow. Oh, that's a crusher for Tampa.
Vasilevsky, what are you doing, brother?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one to overcome there. Oh, my goodness. Well, that was fast. I mean, you can't even put there's no numbers up. I mean, you put that up as a tie game. You go back to the original number. Wow. This was a dead under. And now we're going to get
that's going
to go over the total, right? Yeah.
This was nothing. This was nothing. 10 minutes left in the second period. And we get 3 goals in about 4 minutes, including 2 in 11 seconds by Tampa Bay. You're still holding on. It's 2-1, still looking okay. You can give up, an empty netter or 2 if need be. With 4 minutes left, and here we are, 2 goals in 10 seconds, whatever it ends up being. I'll double check here. And it's 3-2 Florida. Wow. 3.5 minutes left. 21-19. I got a shot. I'm not dead yet. I'm like 25 off.
11 seconds.
Wow.
11 seconds.
11 seconds again?
11 seconds again. Yeah.
Wow.
That is
crazy
incredible.
Is that?
Hockey's an amazing sport. Hockey is just it is the absolute best. I was reminded again over the weekend how good the hockey playoffs are I absolutely love it every single night. This is a crazy, crazy ending. The Edmonton LA game last night, crazy ending.
All those games. Well, except game number 2 was a little bit of a blowout, but yeah.
Yeah, Devils in Carolina wasn't much of a, I don't know, drama.
But I'm saying all the Edmonton LA games, except for game number 2, were crazy.
Yeah, they've been good. Tonight, I like Colorado. I like Colorado. Like I said before the series, I like them to win the series. So the way it sets up, if it's 2-2, they win tonight. They go win the series in Game 6 at home. So hopefully they get that done. Would it surprise me if Dallas won tonight? No, absolutely not. I think if Colorado wins, it's more likely to go over. I think if Dallas wins, or at least can get this thing to overtime, it's going under. 1-1, 2-2, 3-2 final. That's the way Dallas is going to win the game at home. I don't think Dallas wins by being the highest scoring team tonight. I like that bet that you got with Colorado being the highest scoring team, although we're going to have to battle Florida now with this, the way this
if they get an empty netter.
Right?
They got an empty netter. Now I got 4 goals. Now I got a 95.
And a goalhorn cranking up tonight. Oh, man.
You know, I had a nice little, I had the perfect thing. I had it set up, just end 2-1. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Now I need Colorado, just 3 lousy goals. I was all set for that win. 2-1. Now I need 5 freaking goals. And it's still not over because you know Tampa Bay's going to have the goalie pull. You got a minute forward. This is going to end 5-2. It's a good bet on FanDuel. They offer this stuff, Dave, that they give you like monster like when it was 3-2 there. I didn't check because we were talking, but they'll give you over 6.5 at like plus 250.
Yep.
And you know what? You do get 2 empty net goals a lot.
You think we're going to get that this game right now?
Oh,
You think we're going to get over 6.5?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
3 goals in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Wow. Cam Stewart's coming up next.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. A lot on our plate tonight. Hockey, NBA, baseball, draft. Got the Kentucky Derby less than a week away. Let's bring in our boy who knows it all, bets on it all. Cam, it did just end, by the way. Florida did beat Tampa Bay 4-2. Game goes over.
Scott? By 2 goals?
By 2 goals.
Oh, okay.
2 goals.
How's our 5.5 under doing? How's Tampa Bay plus 1.5 doing? Oh my God, Scott! I'll tell you, this is gambling right here. Like, I was literally coming to this segment in a great mood. I'm like, yeah, you know, even if Florida wins 3-2, we're going to crush the under, the plus 1.5, the parlays. I got cooked. The only thing I did today was take the Washington Nationals plus 14.5 when they were down 15.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
there you go.
You win.
Yeah, that's like literally the bet. That's the best bet I made. Other than this, like, this hockey game is putting me in order. But what they lose by, and actually the Mets scored more. They lost by literally 14. I won by the hook. Like, I bet them when they were down 15-0, and then the Mets almost came back. Like, what a day today's been. Like, I don't even know what to say. The Italians, they tell me tomato bath, Dave, to shake off the bad cheese. What do you do when you have losses like this? I gamble every day, and I play ponies from all over the world, but this one stung a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
it stung.
It
You're
hurts.
up 2-1. Late.
Yeah,
get a goal and a half.
That's what I'm saying, Scott. We got 5.5. Like, I'm thinking 2-1. 2-2, overtime, 3-2, worst case scenario, I hit both. The plus 1.5 parlay to the under 5.5. But anyway, Dave, I like your Nordique shirt, by the way. Looking strong.
Yeah.
Looking good.
I don't have any Colorado Avalanche stuff, but that's where they came.
I'm on the Dallas Stars tonight, but
are you really?
As I said, I need a tomato bath. Like, you don't want to be anywhere near me right now. Like, your cat might get hit by a car. Or, the way things are happening in this game, I'm scared. Like, my girlfriend's upstairs sleeping. I might wake her up. She's actually
Total,
good luck.
over or under?
A 6. I like. I got to be honest with you, Dave. I don't care about the total. I just want Dallas to win the game. After this total, how many bowls of total can I eat? Like, I just got punched in the face by totals.
Yeah.
Like, just absolutely. Dave, I have one thing to say. I love you. Like, I love you. Like, you're like Brian Blessing, my old guy. You're a gambling man. But I got to say this, and I know nobody else in the NHL is going to say it. I don't know what Vegas. Minnesota's dominated Vegas in that series. Like, they've been hosed pretty hard. Don't you think? Let's not, like, I know hockey and I know getting hosed, and that is literally Minnesota, the state of hockey, cannot catch a break in that series. Like, I'm watching this stuff going, is this real? Like, a guy in Vegas cross-checks a defenseman, he's down on the ice and the puck goes in off him. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on here. Vegas is very lucky to be tied 2-2 in my opinion. But anyway,
I agree. And they're gigantic favorites tomorrow.
I'm taking Minnesota in every game. Yep. Minnesota all day, all night, plus 1.5.
30 tomorrow. Yeah.
If it ends like this game, though, I can't stop betting hockey. I got my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend were up late last night. She doesn't usually watch hockey. It's not her sport. We watch golf, tennis, and horse racing. But she stayed up and watched that Edmonton game, and she goes, that was the best hockey game I've ever seen in my life. And we bet it, and we had Edmonton in under 7.5. So, like everything worked out in that game. But this game, Dave, I haven't been smoked like this in a while. I feel like the Miami Heat in the first half of this basketball game. What was Cleveland up at that? Minus 47.5? Like, what are we doing here?
It was just before the break. It was 49.5.
Wetzel, did you have the under?
Toronto, Ottawa tomorrow. Cam. How do you feel about the Maple Leafs closing the series tomorrow?
Not very confident, Dave. I got to be honest with you. If Ottawa wins this second game, you're going to see me slither out the door. I haven't talked any crap with anybody. I've seen this movie before with the Leafs. They better take care of their damn business tomorrow, or there's going to be a big problem, because we've seen this show so many times. I didn't think they played their best hockey. I got to think about this though. All these games go to overtime. Like, Ottawa could be tied 2-2. They could be up. Like Stolarz is good. The Leafs are playing. They look a little grittier, but after watching these teams play, I'm like, I don't know, man. I was really confident at the start, Dave, but I have tickets on these guys to win the East, to go to the Stanley Cup. So I think if they beat Ottawa tomorrow, it's going to be good, but they need to end this series as quickly as possible. You don't need doubt. The media here just is like, they're just salivating, just waiting. Like, these guys lose, it's going to be an absolute gong show. Like, hey, your Leafs collapse again? Like, hey, man, is Ottawa going to win? Like, forced? Like, I'm telling you, Dave, I was in Maple Leaf Square with those millions of kids when they show the shots there, Scott. And the Leafs were beating the Bruins 4-1 in the third period. Lost the game, and I'm interviewing a cop force at the end of the game, Mr. Red, as he took a dump. I'm like, every story I did, gone. I'm like, hey, man, I got invited to like a keg party. Like, that's not happening. Like, everybody goes from the party to the funeral. And I've been to a lot of funerals with the Leafs. Let me tell you, a lot more than marriages. Like, this team will break
how about
your
Golden
heart
State?
and wallet. I like Houston
How about Golden
tonight,
State,
too.
Houston?
I like Houston.
Yeah? With Jimmy B playing?
Are you guys, no, I got to be honest with you. By the sounds of your voices, Wetzel, it sounds like you guys are going to fade me, and it's probably the right thing to do tonight. I had a really good night the other night, but I like sovereignty.
That's not
in the
shocking.
Kentucky Derby.
I mean, I thought Houston was going to play well this series, with or without. But I'm disappointed in the way they played. I will say that. So that's why I'm like a little surprised you like Houston.
I just think Houston's going to show up in this game. I'll take the 4.5. I like the Rockets. I think the Rockets can win the series. I think it's going the distance. I'm taking Houston tonight, and I'm taking the Dallas Stars. I'm taking 2 dogs. Kentucky Derby, we'll get to it later on in the week, but I've already put a bet on Sovereignty, the 18-horse, 16-1. Me and Blessing always used to bet Junior Alvarado. He's my guy. And the connections with Bill Mott. I like Bill Mott and Junior. If this race was on turf, I'd literally go to the ATM machine if I can get that horse at 6-1 because they're the best turf combo in the business. Junior and Bill Mott's a great trainer. I know people like journalism, the 3-1 favorite. He'll probably be there. And I like Sandman. I think he's the 17th. That's what I'm looking at right now.
That's good. We got the Black Cloud play of the night tonight for the baseball game that's left. I mean, it's only a matter
I want you guys to put a black cloud on me.
Win.
But
this is why I'm asking right now because you're talking about tomato baths and this stuff like this. Vinny or Maddie, there it is right there. The Black Cloud play of the night. Dodgers over 4.5 runs tonight. How do you feel about that? Because the Black Cloud play has been.
What's the record for the Dark Cloud play?
26-12.
26-12.
Why don't you just bet your Black Cloud plays and go retire and bet like 1,000 a game? Yeah, I'm just joking.
Because if I bet, I never lose. Look, Dallas scored already. 1-0 Dallas. 5 seconds into the game.
Good for
9 seconds in. What is going on tonight?
End the game now. Thank you.
Wow. Nice, Gab.
Have a good one, guys.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
I'm sitting here, and thanks again to Cam Stewart joining us. He and Gabe Morency over top of the hour on SportsGrid Radio and TV for the next two here on the grid. So, we're lamenting his losses, and I'm feeling pretty good. I got the over in the Cleveland game, and that hit, fortunately. And we had our goofy bets. Will a team score 140 points tonight? What was the payoff? Because Cleveland ends up with 138. Oh, brother. 2 stinking points. That was 35 to 1.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
2 points. 2 points short. And you're not getting
I don't have a lot on it, but, a couple 30, for $5 at 35 to 1. I mean, I'll take it, right? Oh my God! I'm playing every single day. I am playing it every single day on FanDuel. One of these dopey teams is going to get 140, 150 points because that does include overtime. And so if you get an overtime game, that does. Unlike some of these other ones. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why I play it. I wouldn't play it straight, but that includes overtime. So. 35 to 1, 2 points away, Cleveland.
Tough one.
Oh, brother.
That's a tough one right there.
All right.
9 seconds in, the Stars scored. We didn't get the goal horn because we were in the middle of Cam lamenting, the future of his Toronto Maple Leafs and the future of his tomato bath that may be coming to shake off the bad mojo. But the Stars lead 1-0, so that in-game total is now 6.5 with the juice minus 160 to the over. That's a lot. That is a lot.
7 goals.
I don't know.
4-3.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
Texas
the over.
Rangers trail the A's 2-0 in the 6th. So that's good. Looking for the under.
Tell you that Texas team is an under machine. 12-1 at home, and I don't know why it was 9.5. Even with the bad pitcher in there, it's still. Even yesterday, they scored. Them and San Fran had either three runs in the first, and then I think another run or two in the second. And I figured, all right, that's going to go over 8, right?
Did you see the way that game ended? That game ended
I did.
on a little dribbler to third that he threw, past the first baseman. The right fielder was late getting to the backup, so he advanced to second, and the third base coach called him over. So he's running to third, and the right fielder throws it past the third baseman. The left fielder's not backing up the throw, and he slides home safe. It was like a Little League home run. I had never really seen that in the majors before. That walked off the game. A single.
And it walked off the game.
With an error, and 2-base error, and then another error. So they got 2 errors on a 1 play. Ball never left the infield. It was like a 30-foot little dribbler. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Craziest thing. Crazy.
Yeah.
I got 4 home runs this past weekend, too, from what's-his-face from Arizona. In a losing cause. How many times has a team had a guy hit 4 home runs and still lose the game? Twice, is it?
Twice.
Wow.
Twice in Major League Baseball history. One was in 1898. I actually checked on this, and I should have written it down because I would have hit you with that and let you guess. And the other time was in like 19-something. I'll go back and find out where I left it in the notes. But I'll see. So we're gonna get this Dodgers team total over for the Black Cloud.
Right.
Nobody got 30
the Braves.
points. We need the Braves.
No, we got 30 in the game.
Tied 3-3. Actually, that's good. The Braves are tied 3-3 in the 5th.
Yeah.
Golden State, game under. So we're still live to sweep the board with the 5 on the line, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We got to, barring something crazy, we're going to hit the under with the Texas. That's looking pretty good. The over, 5.5 Dallas, Colorado. Couldn't ask for a better start than that, right? So, we just need Atlanta. And they're tied at 3, and they got 2 on top of the 5th inning, minus 260. I was surprised that line was as low as it was. We're going to see some funky lines with Colorado. We're going to see 4 and 23. Wow. But I think we get the 5 runs out of the Dodgers tonight. That pitcher stinks for Cabrera. Dodgers, like I mentioned, they score 5 runs at home. It usually takes them a little while to get going. But in our SGP, we need the 3 hits in the first inning. That's the beacon. So
all right, we'll sweat that. Did you see Dame Lillard hurt his Achilles? You think you'll ever play again in the NBA?
It's amazing. Probably. It's amazing how I can run up and down the court all day and I don't blow my Achilles out. You know, these world-class athletes somehow or another they do. I must be better than them. I gotta be better than them. Jam and Gabe coming up next.